Joining us now is John Arant of the Martin Hotel. John, thank you so much for coming out here this morning. The Martin Hotel is a pretty hot spot for all of us Superior folks that come out here when we're here in Winnemucca. I want you to tell us, first about the history of the restaurant.
Okay. The history of the restaurant goes back to 1878. That's when it was built. It's still fieldstone foundations, those kinds of things in it. It began for the first 20 years as kind of a Nevada establishment, like all hotels were in Winnemucca, meaning it was a bordello. So 20 years of that. Then there was a succession of restaurants. There were French restaurants and Italian. And then in about 1915, the Martin family came over from San Francisco, bought it, and turned it into a Basque restaurant/rooming house. So the shepherds would have a room, they'd take their flock out, fatten them up, bring them in, they would give their earnings to the innkeeper. He would keep track of what they spent. When it was time to go back, when they were broke, when it was time to go back out, he'd find them a flock and out they'd go. At one point in time there were 25 rooms there, all of them full of Basque shepherds. They would come over from Spain, look for a town, like Elko has a Basque restaurant, so does Boise, and so on. They'd look for a town where there were relatives, or at least people from their own village. That's where they would stay. And that's how it became a Basque restaurant. So the food and the tradition actually came from about, I'd say 1915. Go ahead.
And what a unique and long history. And I know that Superior's had a long history with the Martin Hotel as well. What's it like preparing for this week when all these folks come in during this auction?
Well, we certainly staff up. Yeah. We really staff up. We buy a lot of food, but we have a very, very small kitchen. So it basically is an awful lot of food going through a very, very small area served by really great people, and we love Superior. You guys are great to us. Yeah.
Well, and you serve family style at the restaurant, and
Yeah.
so what kind of environment does that create for your guests when they come in and have that type of meal?
Most of the ones who come in have been there before and they look forward to it. From time to time, no hard feelings here, but from time to time we will get some city type California folks, and what we have found is that politics make no difference at the Martin, because as soon as you're sitting at the table, you're talking about your families. You're talking about where you have been. You're talking about your travels and those kinds of things. Politics does not come up there as you're passing the food around the table. You're just having a good time with people.
Food it's the great mediator. Thank you so much for being here. We want to make sure and invite people out to the social hour on Tuesday night. It will be at the Martin Hotel. Make sure and make plans to join us there. Don't go anywhere. We have more Superior Sunrise up next.